Hey everybody, Dog8798 here. This is my salute of the Power Rangers franchise and the shows that were inspired by the franchise. Okay, I've been meaning to get this video out for several weeks now, but I kept putting it off and on because I kept getting distracted by other things. But finally got it now. One of the major inspirations for doing this video right now was, of course, as you heard, Lionsgate plans to bring Power Rangers back to the theaters, which I'm going to give my short thoughts on that at the end of this video, and give my give a more in-depth view on that in the next video. But right now, this is my salute of the Power Rangers franchise and the Sentai franchise. Like I said, I am a huge fan of the Power Rangers. You don't know how happy I was in 2010 when Heinz Saban reacquired the series for broadcast on Nickelodeon. Brought it back as Power Rangers Samurai. I was so happy to see Power Rangers back that just like with Street Fighter 4, I can ignore the flaws. I was so happy they were back that I ignored all the flaws. The main flaw of the Power Rangers Samurai was the acting, but that's kind of grown on me after watching several episodes. Then of course you got the second badass series, Mega Force, which in my opinion improved all the problems. Power Rangers Samurai had also love how these shows brought back characters like Bulk and Skull. The actor for Skull couldn't return, but the actor playing Bulk definitely did return, in all their comical sound effects. And of course they brought back the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme. You know how happy I was to hear that theme today. That theme, which is incredibly cheesy but awesome and badass. Every time I hear that theme, it gets me amped up. It gets me hyped up and ready to watch some Power Rangers, ready to go out and fight someone. Every time I hear that badass Power Ranger theme. I've been a huge fan of the Power Rangers since 1993. I used to come home from school and watch that show all the time. I love the Power Rangers for their awesome martial arts, action, and stunt works. Stuff like the Power Rangers series, the Double Dragon cartoon series, the Bruce Lee films, the Mortal Kombat films, and the WMAC Masters show and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All that stuff got me into martial arts, and I still love the martial arts and stuff today. I love the Power Rangers love the Power Rangers series, like I said, for the stunt work and fighting, the large and colorful cast of characters, the cool storyline despite the obvious plot holes pointed out by critics like Nostalgia Critic and a new guy named Nate's Vlog, and of course finally, they're catchy, badass themes. I'm gonna start off with my favorite Power Rangers series first. Then I'm gonna talk about those catchy themes. My favorite Power Rangers series are Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the movie based on the series released in '95. Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Turbo, and the movie that was spawned from the Turbo series, even though I think Power Rangers the Turbo movie is kind of crap and completely inferior to the first one, but still enjoyable today. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy and in Space, Power Rangers Dino Thunder, Time Force, and SPD when the Power Rangers series started getting darker and more violent. And of course, the more recent ones, Super Samurai and Mega Force. I also enjoyed the other series, like I think it was Alien Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue, Ninja Storm. But I don't remember much of those. I also don't remember much of Lost Galaxy and in Space too. But I remember watching them and them being awesome. When those were on, I was still a fan of Power Rangers, but I was more into cartoons and animation when those were on, so I really wasn't watching much of those, but would love to watch those again. Would love to watch and review all of those again, which I'm happy to hear that Shoutouts slowly releasing the Power Rangers series for DVD and Blu-ray now. They've already been released independently, but I want them released major retail stores so I can get my hands on. If I see some stuff on here, I'll definitely review it. I'm definitely think definitely gonna review Super Samurai and Mega Force. But yeah, the Power Rangers series, and then of course like I said, going back, I guess I said next I would talk about those catchy themes. I love the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger theme. Go go Power Rangers, do do do. Then of course I heard just recently I heard a long 10-minute version of the Power Rangers theme. No one can ever take them down. They have the power. Go go Power Rangers. Do do do. You'll know what I'm talking about. You'll definitely know what I'm talking about if you type in Power Rangers full theme or long theme. Then of course you had Power Rangers Zeo. Zeo go. Zeo stronger than before. Go Zeo, Rangers to the core. Go Zeo, power up for more. Zeo, go, 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 Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. It was just awesome. Then, of course, Lost Galaxy. Power Rangers, Galaxy, far, far away in a space. It was awesome. It was awesome. Then, of course, you had Power Rangers Dino Thunder. In the light, in the distance, see the forces of nature's centuries gone by. Power Rangers win. Power Rangers score. Protect us from these evil forces. Win. Dino Thunder. Power Rangers yours forevermore. Don't remember much of it, but I remember something like that, and it was definitely badass. That was around. It was definitely badass, and that was around. Then after SPDs. Then after SPD. Yeah, Mystic Force, which I thought that's when the series started going downhill. I thought their theme song was terrible and cheesy. Didn't get me hype at all. Here come the Power Rangers. Here come the Power Rangers. Here come the Power Rangers. And it was just terrible and just cheesy, just cheesy and bland. I thought the other two seasons after that, Jungle Fury and Overdrive, were even more bland. Good thing Hans Saban reacquired the rights and rechristened them as Samurai and Mega Force, because Disney was killing it, and Hans Saban needs to get all this stuff back, including the Marvel Animated Universe series from Disney. But going back to Power Rangers, then of course the show is inspired other shows. It's inspired other franchises. You have Dick gave it their shot at it, an all-American show called Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters, which from Beverly Hills, which is similar to Power Rangers, Saved by the Bell, and American Gladiators. That's what their costumes remind me of. Then of course, which I thought that show, I've just recently heard about that show due to a guy named Nate Vlog doing a comical nostalgia critic style review read on it. But I watched the show. I think the show, despite the cheesiness, is pretty awesome and badass and actually original. The show features characters who normally would associate each other banding together to save the universe, protect Beverly Hills from various monsters. Pretty cool. Then of course you got Big Bad Beetleborgs, which I think the English adaptation of this show is absolutely terrible, but I still enjoy it because I grew up with it. I grew up with it, and their theme song is catchy and awesome. But I think the Japanese version is probably better. I've never seen it. I think it's called Metal Heroes. Then you got one called VRP Troopers, which I've never heard of. Then you got another one called Then of course you got Kamen Rider. My first introduction to Kamen Rider was Mask Rider, which I think was pretty terrible, which I remember being pretty terrible. But I got my full introduction to Kamen Rider, well, after reading it on Wikipedia in 2006. In 2009, when it was rechristened as Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. Now that series right there was badass. It was an adaptation of another series called Kamen Rider Ryuki. Got to watch and review those sometime. Plan on watching and review those sometime. Both of those are uploaded to YouTube. Then of course, speaking of the Japanese Power Rangers, I have to give those a watch sometime, because the English versions are adaptations of those. The English people use the costumes and the special effects, made up their own story and put English speaking actors in the costumes. Got to watch the Japanese, the originals sometime. Do a salute and review on those. Then of course, awesome actors like Jason David Frank, who is not only the most popular Power Ranger, but has appeared in the most Power Ranger series. Then you got Austin. I think his name is Austin St. John. The guy who plays Jason. You got the guy who plays Zach. The guy who plays Zach, the black African American Power Ranger, the late great Truly Thong, I think that's her name. She portrayed the Yellow Ranger, and she's now dead. She died in a car crash in 2001. Then of course you got Yost. I think his name is Scott Yost. Scott Yost. I keep forgetting his which I know his Power Ranger name is Billy, but he was a jerk in real life, but he was awesome as the Blue Ranger. Then of course you got Bulk and Skull, and Adam Bonyachi. I keep forgetting his name, but he's the voice of Ichigo. He was the black. I think he was the Black Ranger in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I think he was the Blue Ranger in the Turbo series. But yeah, he was in Power Rangers before he moved over to anime. Voice work. So like I said, so many awesome cast and characters, and finally at the end, you don't know how happy I am to hear that Power Rangers is coming back to theaters. I love the very first two movies, even Turbo, which I consider crap and inferior to the very first one, Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, 1995, and I'm so mad at YouTube for deleting and killing the account that had that movie on it. Now I gotta track it down somewhere. But so happy to hear Power Rangers is coming back. And I'm all for it. All for it. A lot of people saying it's cheesy and stuff. I don't care. I'm all for it. You can do when it comes to movies now. You can do so much now that people only dreamed of back then. But even back then you could do it. But you can do them even better now. Well, all right, Doug. 8798 out. The next videos will be me talking about the Power Rangers returning to theaters. All right, Doug out.